This video is about tour guiding and tour guiding as a profession. First of all, let us see who a tour guide is. A tour guide is a professional who is employed directly by a traveler or a travel agency in order to assist their tourist, especially to inform, impart, direct and advise the tourist before and during the journey. What are the aims of a tourist guide? The main aim of a tourist guide is to promote our country or the region to which he is taking the tourist. His main job is to involve the visitor in the various activities at the destination. And for this, he needs to instill a good amount of confidence in the minds of the tourist. Thus, he paints a positive picture about the destination and generates the interest and creates satisfaction in the minds of tourists. So, to perform such an important job, what are the qualities a tourist guide needs? The most important quality, I would say, are the moral qualities. He should have a high amount of honesty, modesty, pride in the job he does, an element of genuineness, and a sense of humor, of course. And he must conduct himself with dignity, and above all, he must be a very trustworthy person. Besides that, he should have a lot of intellectual qualities. That is, he should know a lot about the flora and fauna of the place he is taking the tourist to. And also he must be aware about the cultural and other important peculiarities of the place. As a professional, he must be having the ability to plan, organize, coordinate, and communicate very effectively and efficiently to the clients. And that is, he must be able to convincingly convey his ideas to the guest with ease. And needless to say, his physical appearance and the lively and pleasant character is a big plus. Now we have understood that a tour guide does an important job. He should have, to do this, he must be qualified in various ways, especially in the language ability and also in terms of general knowledge about the history, geography, art, architecture, and also economics, politics, religion and sociology of the country and the region. Now, since we have understood what are the qualities of a guide, let me introduce you a tour guide. I have downloaded a video, a viral video from YouTube regarding a tour guide in India.
It's our classical rhythm. For that, how the dancers, we do the performance is, we will shake the head like this. Then we will rotate the head.
Oh my. Wow.
And for the waves, we do like this for the waves. And for the cobras, we do like this for the cobras. And for the lotus flower, we rotate like this to do the lotus.
See how efficiently he engages the guest.
And for the birds, this is
And he is a thorough professional. And though you may not have this particular skill, but it is enough that if you have adequate knowledge about art forms or the flora, fauna and other peculiarities. Now let us see how to become a tour guide. Now in India we have got a three-tier system of tour guides. At the most bottom level, basic level, we have got local guides, then state level guides and regional level guides. Regional level guides are the guides for north, south, east, west and for the northeast place. You might have noticed we don't have a guide for the entire country. There is no national level guide. The highest level of guides are regional level guides and we call them RLGs, regional level guides. Now, if you want to become a regional level guide, that is highest level, the license is given by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. Now, what about local guides and state level guides? Now, generally a local level guide is given license by the municipal body and the state level guides, the licenses are given by the state tourism departments. But in Kerala, it is slightly different. Now, whether you want to be a local level guide or a state level guide, licenses are issued by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of Kerala. Government of Kerala has entrusted Kerala Institute of Travel and Tourism Studies, KITS, with the responsibility to train the aspiring tour guides. Once they successfully complete the course conducted by KITS, they can apply with the Ministry of Tourism for their guide licenses. Now, suppose you want to become a tour guide, what are the eligibility criteria? And as you see here, you must be at least 20 years of age and you must be a graduate and must also be fluent in English, plus you must be fluent in a local regional language. The second condition is that the candidate must be a bona fide resident in the region in which they plan to guide tours. For example, if you want to be a regional level guide for South India, you should be a resident in any of the states in South India. And to get a license to operate in a particular region, guide must get training and pass the examination, as we said earlier. This training program is now generally for 16 weeks. And out of the 16 weeks, 6 weeks of contact classes will be there and remaining 10 weeks will be of field work or internship. Once they complete the course, they will get the license. But a tour guide needs to continuously update his knowledge and skills. Therefore, there are refresher courses available which they are supposed to take periodically. Now, when you apply for a regional level guide, you have to make application to Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management, IITTM. IITTM is entrusted with the responsibility of conducting the training programs for the regional level guides. Now, to get an admission into their course, there is an entrance test, and the entrance test will consist of 3 different components. They are, first one, the knowledge of monuments and tourism destinations, and Indian history and Indian culture, and finally general knowledge. And all these components will carry 100 marks weightage, and therefore the total marks is for 300. Now, if you are planning to be a linguist guide, that is, if you are going to be a guide in a foreign language other than English, and the test would be conducted in the concerned foreign language, and all the applicants must obtain at least 150 marks out of the total marks of 300 for qualifying the written test. Once the 16 weeks of training is completed, there will be final examination for 200 marks, out of which 50% is mandatory for a pass. Besides the written test, there will also be YOC examination for 100 marks, and there is a stipulation. A regional level guide who has passed all these requirements must work as a tour guide at least for 90 days in a year. That is a minimum requirement which he needs to comply with. Now let us see whether the profession of tour guide is a lucrative one. I have got a table here. If you see, the remuneration of the tour guide depends a lot on the number of members in the team. Now, the Ministry of Tourism has classified the number of members of the team based on 1 to 5 persons, then 6 to 14 persons, and 15 to 40 persons. Now, what if the touring team consists of more than 40 people? Now, if there are people more than 40, it is mandated that there should be at least 2 guides. One single person can manage a maximum of 40 persons and not more than that. The remuneration a tour guide gets depending on whether his job is for half day or full day. The first and foremost is a guide fee. The government has to fix the guide fee for half a day as 1,800 rupees, and for full day he will get 2,200 rupees for 1 to 5 person, maximum of 5 persons. If the number of persons increases from 5 to 14, the tour guide will be able to charge rupees 2,200 for half a day and 2,850 for full day. And if the number is up to 40, 15 to 40, he will get 2,900 for half day, and for full day he will get 3,800 rupees. And he will get additional language allowance depending again on the number of persons, 600 to 800 for half day and full day. And if it is more than 15 people, you will get 700 rupees for half a day and 1,000 rupees for full day. Now, we know that tour guide need to travel with the tourist, and up to 100 kilometers he will not get any additional allowance. But if he is on an excursion, that means if he is going in the morning and returning on the same day, that is, there is no overnight stays involved, and he is traveling beyond 100 kilometers, he will be able to charge rupees 1,500 up to 5 people, and whether it is 5 or more than 5, he will be able to charge only the same amount, 1,500 each. And imagine if he is going to, if his job is going to involve an overnight stay, and suppose the travel agency is not providing food and accommodation, he can charge rupees 3,850 for his service. And if the travel agent is providing the food and service, he cannot charge 3,850, he can charge only 1,350 per day. Normally, a tour guide is expected to work only for 12 continuous hours, and by some chance, if he has to work more than 12 hours, he can get an extra 1,150 rupees for his service. Now, to report on duty, maybe to the monuments or other attractions where the travel agent or the tourists are demanding them to come, he will get rupees 600 for his conveyance in metro cities. If it is a non-metro city, he will get only rupees 250. And in case the travel agent or the tourists are asking him to report to the hotel, they will be able to charge an extra rupees 300 for his service. And on certain routes, for example, routes between Trivandrum and Kanyakumari, such kind of routes, the excursion will last for more than 8 hours. Therefore, on such specified sectors, he will be able to charge an additional 800 rupees per day. Now let us see how much money a tour guide will make in one single day. If it is up to 5 people, he will be able to get maximum of 9,700 rupees per day. And if it is a maximum of 14 people, he will be able to get 10,750 per day. And if it is up to 40 people, he will be able to charge rupees 11,500 rupees per day. Normally, this is the amount he gets as a standard fee. But we all know a tour guide will get extra income in the form of commissions and in the form of tips, etc. Therefore, a tour guide's profession is very lucrative compared to other professions in the tourism industry. Thank you.